Good evening. It's me, Quishar, with Quishar Detroit Publishing. Kellen. Okay, my nephew is coming in here. Hi, Nora. Thanks so much for joining. So, my name is Quishar with Quishar Detroit Publishing. Today, this is the third day of my 30-day live challenge. So, Monday, we talked about book covers. Yesterday, we talked about five different things that you need to think about when you are publishing your nonfiction book. And today we're going to talk about, it's going to be a checklist, okay? It's called the pause before the upload. So after you've had your book professionally edited and you're about to submit it to either Amazon, Ingram Spark, whatever distribution channel, these are just some few things that you need to look at before you press upload to go actually to publishing. Okay, so the first thing is to inspect your book. So you may have already submitted your manuscript and you have a draft copy, right? It'll say not for resale. So when you get this draft copy, I'm just going to give you a checklist of things that you need to take a look at before you make this book available for purchasing, right, on your publishing channel, however you're going to publish it, right? So the first thing is to do a final inspection of your book. That includes your book cover. Make sure everything appears as you want it to appear, front, back. Make sure that if you have your book title on I don't know why I just forgot this part here. Make sure that your book title is appearing as you want it to appear here. Make sure that your title page is as you want it to appear. And just take a look at the final thing. Look at your copyright page. If you have a resources page, make sure that website is available and those free resources are available when they log onto the internet and try to go to their website. Look at your table of contents. Make sure that all of the pages are accurate. So like for acknowledgments, make sure that the correct page number is on there. Dedication, introduction, make sure that all your page numbers are correct, because sometimes when you are doing your final stages of editing, some pages change. So make sure that all the pages are correct. So you just double check chapter 1. Make sure chapter 1 is on page 7 as it says in your table of contents. Whatever page number is on your page table of contents, go to the actual page and make sure that that matches up. Okay, so inspect. Check your book content again. So inspect your book cover, front and back, and the spine. I forgot the word spine, but yeah, the spine of your book. Make sure everything is appearing as you want it to appear. Again, your name. We talked about how your name appears. Make sure that your name is exactly how you want it to appear. The book content, table of contents, make sure that's correct. Again, the page numbers, your introduction, acknowledgments, things like that. Make sure your chapters are all aligned. Your titles are correct. Make sure they match what's in your table of contents. Okay. The next thing is a final review. Go through, read the book again. And I know this is your word. You read the book, you wrote it, but read through it. Make sure that there are no final errors, because you're about to press send to the publishing channel, right? So you want to make sure everything is correct. If you have photos or case studies in your book, you have graphs, make sure the photos are clear. Make sure that they are crisp, clear. Make sure that when people look at it, they can read. If you have descriptions underneath it, make sure that you can read that as well. And consistencies. Make sure that your book titles and your table of contents, your acknowledgments, make sure those are all aligned. Like, make sure they have the same space from the top of the page to the title. When I was doing this book, the formatter had some of the pages, some of these titles, one was higher than the other. So what I'm saying, make sure that it's consistent throughout the book, because you want to make sure this book is a professional book, right? Make sure all the titles in the book are consistent. Make sure if you have any headers, make sure they're consistent. Like if you have all caps, make sure that all the headers are in all caps. If you have numbers in the book, make sure the numbers are in order. The reason I'm saying these things is because these are some of the things that you can look for, and sometimes you can miss some of these things, right? Make sure all the numbers are in order. If you have bullet points, make sure there's a bullet point in front of each category, however, whatever you're using the bullet point for. Make sure you're not missing any bullet points. And also, what's next? In the back of your book, maybe you can offer a free 15-minute discovery call, 30-minute discovery call. Make sure that you have something to offer the reader after they finish reading your book. What's next? Make sure you have a next natural step for your reader. And then the seventh thing is, are you 100% that you're ready to have your book submitted as it is? Okay, so this is just a final review again, and we're going over a checklist for the final review. Again, inspect your book cover, the front, the spine, the back. Make sure that everything is consistent. On your cover, make sure it's as you want it to appear. If you're not 100% sure, don't press submit. Okay, because you're self-publishing this book, so you have total control over the process in your publishing. Okay, the second thing, your book content. Make sure your table of contents is correct. Make sure that your page numbers that are on the table of contents match up. And the reason I say that is because, again, when you go through different editing phases, sometimes a page may be off a little bit because you changed something on that page. So make sure the numbers are consistent. You do a final review, go through, read your book again, make sure there are no errors, okay? Because sometimes, even if you pay for a professional editor, you know, they could have overlooked something. Editor is human. So make sure that you review everything that they submit to you, okay? Clear photos. If you have graphs in your book, make sure that the graphs are clear, are legible. Make sure you're able to read, you know, if you have any descriptions underneath your, you know, graphs or things like that, or infographics. Consistencies. Look at headers. Make sure everything is the same size. Make sure the same distance from the top of the page into your headers. Consistency. Numbers. Make sure all numbers are in order. Bullet points. Make sure all bullet points are there, because you may have something that's has bullet points, but then it may be out of line. So make sure that everything is consistent. What's next? What's the next step? Do you want them to give you a call? Do you want to have a free discovery call? Or do you have a masterclass that you want to offer? Whatever the next step is, that is what you need to make sure that you have, hey Tara, for your reader. And then number 7, are you 100% sure this is what you want to present to the world? Okay, so we're just talking about today a checklist before you press submit to your publishing channel, Amazon, Ingram Spark. You want to make sure that when you get your draft copy, right, you want to just take one final look at it and make sure everything is as you want it to appear before you submit it for publishing, before it's available for the world to consume your book, okay? And if you're looking to publish a nonfiction book, you need help, please send me a direct message. I'll be more than happy to assist you. So thanks again for tuning into the day 3 of my 30-day challenge. So I will see you on tomorrow. I just wanted to come in for a minute and just to offer that information, the checklist, the pause before the upload, the final upload, okay? So again, if you have questions that you have about publishing a nonfiction book, if you have suggestions about topics during the 30-day live challenge, just send me a direct message. Okay, so I will look forward to talking to you on tomorrow. All right, have a great night.